What's up? Tea time, y'all. Shabam. What do we got today? Some cheap Yiwu. We'll see how it goes. I'm skeptical but interested. So we get in here. This is, I think, going to be backwards. But we'll get in here. The water boiling. So my hope with a cake like this, which I purchased from Quiche Teas, is the Taiwanese storage from Taishanhe. I'm hoping that this is just an affordable entry for Yiwu, for myself as well as others out there. No stamp or anything on the exterior. The smells good. So the goal for something like this would be to be drinking through it now for sure. I'm liking that. Liking how that looks. 2006 material. Wow. Really nice. Yeah, some really nice big leaves in here. So we'll just pull off a little bit for now, and then I will actually end up working on this. Well, I'll probably pull out a good chunk here, but I don't want to take forever to do this, although I guess some people do enjoy this part quite a bit. Aroma is great. This has not hit the dry storage yet, so, but it will. Nice big leaves. And this is a big tree special grade competition premium blah blah blah. So this looks like a great piece to work off of, and get my little guy one out here and just fill this up. And like I said, I'm not really so concerned. Try not to get too much of the dust. Having this be perfect, I'm eyeballing everything here. For evaluation, this is probably not really ideal. I'm gonna use a lot of leaf. This is Yiwu. Okay, cool. We'll start there. And set this off the side. I will pull off, I don't know, 10% of this cake to just put it into a mason jar, basically. So here we go. See if we can get in even closer here. A little bit of a bluer light today. Is what it is. Sorry for the background sounds if those are coming through at all. Construction in my area. So yeah, I don't want to read anything about the notes here. Yiwu limited edition with the word wild. The government stipulated starting in 2007. Basically, they would stop doing that. I think it was a kind of like wild is sort of like organic in the sense that there has to be a kind of rules and regulations around it. So I believe after that they stopped calling these wild tree Yiwus. Look at you! Wow, I have a lot of leaf in here, so I'm gonna pull an audible and pull out a little chunk of that for now. I don't want this to be too strong, and I can add that in later. Some nice peatiness to this. Lots of just great sweetness. Let me go ahead and toss the rinse. Be right back. I also stopped up the footage. You should see a bit more color in there, but some nice color to start, and we'll see how that evolves over time here. I'll brew out the first and second steeping right now, and then that will give time between steepings 2 and 3 to soak up any of that residual steaming water in the gaiwan, making this third steeping quite a bit stronger than the first two. So as a tea maker, preparer, that's an important thing to be thinking about. Boiling water here. And I just ended up being like in the shot too much, so I moved this shot so the tea tray shot is a little bit smaller. But we'll get back in here and take a look at these colors again. You can see, fairly oxidized at this point. You would hope so for 2006 tea. Getting a little cleanup done. And cheers. Actually, let's take a look at the liqueur for steeping 2 to start. Well, for everybody. Smells clean. So, cheers. We'll talk about CNNP in a second. Okay, already for the price, total win. This was like $58 for a 2006 cake. Some nice bitterness. Oh, the sweetness is really good. Good balance. Kind of unremarkable. I would sort of put this in like the brown Chang Tai kind of category of, I don't know, like some nice notes happening. Sorry, getting distracted here. I would put that's kind of in the brown Shanghai level of Chang Tai, level of quality. Not like crazy, but yeah, not bad. Cheers. Nice juiciness. Okay. Salute. Maybe a little cooling thing happening. Nice. This is not bad at all. Nice fruit on the top of this. I like the base on it. This is good. It's pretty cohesive. I'm such an Yiwu queen that I don't know. These ones just kind of hit me pretty good. Obviously this is a blend. We're gonna push the steeping here quite a bit. Yeah, definitely some bluer light on the shot today. That's from the natural light outside. That beeping sound is really freaking sweet. I hope you guys cannot hear that. Maybe 30 seconds there. Quite a bit darker. I'll go and show that to you guys and gals and I don't know, peeps. Nice. Actually, really, for a factory tea, the quality is really nice. Look at that. Not any big like nasty flaky, dusty, hunks. Like nice intact leaves. For a factory tea from 2006, this is actually pretty remarkable. Color is definitely a little bit darker. Let me get back in here for everybody. Really nice juiciness. Yeah, I mean, look at that material. It's gorgeous. Dang, this is nice. This is like a slam dunk for $58, guys. 58.85. Yeah. Cheers. Definitely more bitter. I think the thing that just differs between something like this and maybe that like a Dai 8582 would be, Dai 8582 has just a bit more strength to me. This has a nice base on it, on the bitterer steep there. Definitely cooling. Interesting. Maybe the only other complaint would be it's kind of more like an 8 of 10 on the mouthfeel compared to like some really nice teas would be kind of a 10 on 10 there. I like the lingering flavor quite a bit. A lot of menthol in the mouth, definitely. Which is maybe a little bit not exactly what I want out of the mouthfeel in conjunction with this flavor profile, which is I think very saccharine, sweet, sugary, nice peaty base. Definitely glad I pulled some leaf out there. Get back in here and do this again. And you saw me eyeball it. I have no idea how much leaf I'm using. Quite a bit. You know, once these leaves have completely filled up, I'll show you a side profile of the guy one. Dude, so on my quest to find affordable and tasty tea, this is definitely hitting the mark for me. This would be a recommend pretty much immediately. I don't know if this was on the budget pu'er list, but you could pick up a couple of these. You could get this, like the brown Chang Tai, an 8582, like an 08 8582 I would recommend, and maybe like the 06 7542. I think those 4 cakes probably would be $350 maybe, and that's a lot of tea, and that's still going to get you, I don't know what the actual aggregate price of that for per gram, but not too bad at all. Just classic, maybe slightly unremarkable, but you know, for Yiwu heads, but that's not what this tea is about. So a little bit of like a kind of pool chlorine thing, not in a bad way. Strange. Anyway. So I'm like my just tea in the nose. Like there's no restraint here. We're getting in there. Really nice. I like the base profile on this a lot. Some diesel in there on the nose, definitely. And maybe my only complaint on something like this would be that the cooling effect might not be something I'm always caring for. I think I prefer it 20% of the time, but 80% of the time I want something that feels neutral or warming. So do that. Are you in the shot doing it here? Wasn't the shot doing it here. Maybe that's where I'll start pouring tea from now on. I'd actually have a mic right here. Why? Oh, it's because that's not moving correctly. Okay, that's not gonna move correctly for me. So never mind. We're leaving that there for now. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh God. Oh sweet Lord Jesus. Okay. Anyway, there's a big orange mic right there. So I want that mic to pick up those kind of like subtle water sounds, but have it in balance. I'm working on that, everybody. Cheers. This will be steeping 4 with a shorter steep time. So, but it would be stronger than steeping 2 just intrinsically. Steeping 3 we push quite a bit. Steeping 4 here, I'm hoping for kind of maybe the best steeping of the group. I'm actually gonna have a sip of water to make sure. Shout out metaphysics. Okay. Cheers. Okay, so here's where the cheese may be showing a little bit of its weakness. It's a little bit of a more intense bitterness, maybe a little bit sharper around the edges, which is kind of what I actually had tasted in one of the previous CNNP Yiwu tastings that we did. Gosh, I don't even know if it's the same tea, but we did compare it to a 06 Dragon Tea House Yiwu. Kind of hard to compare the two. For what this is and the price, it's really, I think, a great value. It's not like spectacular, but it's nice. This is the kind of stuff that I would probably earlier on be interested in picking up a tong of, and now less so. I think I'd rather just get slightly nicer stuff in general. But this is nice. I have a cake of this. I'm gonna enjoy drinking the whole cake. And this is a great cake. Excuse me. for someone who's like, wow, I kind of like that pu'er thing that you were doing or whatever. Do you have some stuff for me to take home? It's like, boom, take half of this or whatever, right? So really easy to be generous with tea when it's $60 a cake. Yeah. Yeah, nice. I think I'm probably also using a bit too much leaf on this one. CNNP is known for their inconsistency across even inside of one batch of tea. I think that they most likely now are producing teas in a far more consistent way. But the kind of complaint about CNNP teas in general, Zhongcha teas in general, is that they are perhaps a little bit finicky, and it kind of just even from the same supplier, same storage, if they have 300 cakes of something, some of those cakes are going to be very different from each other. Nice aroma. Show you guys how much leaf I'm using in here. So not quite stuffed. Probably call that about 80% of the way full. Again, the lid sits about here. So let's see if I can actually use two hands to show everybody what I mean by that. So about, I don't know, 70, 80% of the way full. Core. Definitely cooling, yeah. Interesting. So I'm going to finish this one and we'll call it here. Keep it a little bit shorter today. But nice. I mean, again, not every tea has to be a home run. I don't sometimes I know I'm just not in the most perceptive tea drinking mood. And in which case it's I still want a pu'er tea, but I can reach to something like this where I can have 5 steepings of it and just be done and not feel like, oh, I gotta drink through the 13th one, So cheers. Better. I think we passed that kind of intensity point. Definitely not the best tea, but actually really good again for the price. Go pick this up. If you're getting into Yiwu tea, if you're getting into pu'er tea, I think this is a recommend for me. Especially getting into some older flavors and older cakes for the price. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, check this one out. quicheteas.com is where I purchased this one. Nice. Do all the stuff, click all the buttons, do all the, I don't know, y'all, at this point, you're watching, thank you. And hope you have a great day. Hope you drink some sweet, delicious, funky, peaty stuff. Till next time, y'all. Peace.